Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was good. It's my third set. Doing the same thing with the leg curls today. Just basic, moderate tempo. And on the very last rep, I'm holding it for as long as I can. Still using same weight as last leg day, which is 30 kilograms. And feels a little bit better than it did before, but I'm not ready to go up to 40 yet. One modification is that I'm adding these pads for my hips. I've noticed during the past few leg days that when I lift my hips up off the bench a little bit, it helps keep more consistent tension on my hamstrings throughout the motion. So rather than trying to actively keep my hips off the bench, I'm just laying my hips on these pads to kind of keep my butt elevated and keep that angle that I'm trying to get. And so far, it's pretty effective. Whew, that's tough. I don't know if it's that I'm still a little bit taxed from the last workout, or if my pre-exhaust was particularly tough this time around, or maybe it's a combination of the two. But my back, it didn't hurt, but it felt a little tacked. Like I could feel that my lower back was kind of tired, and I was feeling a little bit of tightness in this left hip, which is something I've been trying to get over for, man, over 6 months now. Sometimes once I get up to a heavy enough weight, it's heavy enough that it allows me to lean back a little bit more, kind of get into my right groove, and it'll feel better than the lightweight, but not this time around. I was thinking, all right, I'll do 3, and if it feels all right, I'll actually maybe go up a little bit heavier and see if I can push the weight a little bit more. But the weight felt okay, but that left hip is still screaming at me, so I don't want to risk re-agitating it, re-injuring it. So I'm just gonna say that's enough of the front squat and do something else. All right, so this is a squat variation that I found is really helpful for opening this hip up, and also kind of feels like it's really targeting this upper outer quad and this whole kind of upper leg hip area. It feels like by forcing my knees out, it's helping to kind of separate and open up these tight muscles in here. And then just because of the angle, although I can't claim to say exactly why, but obviously for some reason, the result is that I really feel it in the upper outer part of the quad. But basically all I do is I try to keep my body as straight lined as possible. I get my feet a little more than shoulder width apart. I point my toes out a dramatic amount. And then as I'm squatting down, I push my knees out a dramatic amount. Like I'm trying to keep my hips really far forward and just shove my knees out as far as I can as I'm going through this kind of vertical up and down squat motion. Now, I used to try it with a barbell before I got the Smith machine, and it just doesn't work as well because obviously the bar can move anywhere. You naturally have to find your center of gravity, which means it kind of gets you out of this movement pattern. But with the Smith machine, I can stay in this fixed path and just focus on that perfect vertical movement, keeping my shoulders back, my hips forward, those knees pushed out, keep the weight really light, and just real kind of constant movement reps. And it really, I can feel it as it's happening. I can feel it really starting to open these hips up and light up these upper outer quads. Yeah, the constant tension feels better. Doing hyperextensions this time. This whole leg day after the pre-exhaust has kind of turned into a lighter day. Kind of play it safe and make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. But I have been hyperextensions in probably 2.5 years. I don't have a hyperextension machine or bench, so I just put a barbell across here and I put this block of wood across the bottom of my squat rack to catch my foot, and that should work. I guess we'll see. Oh shit. Oh, that was one hell of a pump. Yeah, the first few reps I had my feet flat on the ground and my knees were locked. And because of that I was feeling it my hamstrings, my calves mostly. Because at that angle my feet are not perpendicular to my shins. They're actually pointed more up towards my face. So every time I'd go down, it'd stretch the posterior chain, and I'd mainly feel it here, like crazy in my calf. And it was actually making it kind of weird and kind of difficult to focus on my lower back. So when I adjusted, I put the balls of my feet against the wood, put my heels up on top of it, put a slight bend in my knees. Suddenly, it was like magic. Just it lit up the lower back like nothing else. That was pretty crazy difference that little adjustment made. Oh shit. That was good.